You usually got 3 in a row.
No.
We all were waiting.
What will you do?
I was going to say, what do you see with Hollis? It feels like teams have gotten into him a little bit. He's disappeared for long stretches in the games. Is there more than just go out there and play?
Yes and no. You know, I think that for the most part this year Hollis has done a good job of working at and becoming a complete basketball player as opposed to someone that just shoots. You know, but I think lately when he's missed his first couple of shots, he's kind of backed off on, you know, that gets to shooters, and what he just has to focus on is, okay, if I miss, and now let me back up and say we don't anticipate him missing his first couple of shots, but if that happens, or if guys are really just focusing on him and sticking on him, he still can impact the game in other ways, and so he has to make sure that he still is defending, is rebounding, is making hustle plays, and then all of a sudden that will open the shooting, the scoring back up.
So was he not doing some of those things when he was on the bench there late in the game? It seemed like there was a long stretch where you guys were behind. I remember looking down going, that was odd that he was not in the game there, like 5 to about 1 minute left.
No, I thought that there were stretches in that game where he wasn't the lineup without him on the floor was more effective than the lineup with him on the floor.
And Markel, he's had on and off foul trouble, especially early on in the season. Was that a message to him? You basically sat him for the rest of the first half there.
No, and it wasn't. I wasn't. You know, most of the time, in the midst of a game, I'm not worried about sending messages. I'm just trying to figure out to get a group on there out there that can help. He came in and played pretty well, I thought, at the start of the second half. You know, and you know, looking back at it, I may have stuck him back in there, but. You know, but no, I wasn't sending a message.
I mean, what are the conversations like with a young player who obviously is your starting point guard, but continually it's kind of a pattern there with the early on fouls. That kind of.
What did he say when you asked him that?
He actually was kind of somber. He was like, yeah, you know, I'm a young player who was trying to feel his way through the Big East, and I'm going to stop doing that.
Yeah, and my concern is, okay, he has seen that, we have seen that, you guys have seen that, you're going to write about that. And so, as a coach, what I don't want him to come out is for the first X minutes of the game be extremely passive because, I don't want to pick up those fouls. So it's a balance between staying aggressive at both ends of the floor, staying, attacking, and then all of a sudden becoming passive because I don't want to pick up. I don't want guys on the court that are just thinking about their fouls. Right. And so he's just got to figure it out.
What tactics do you use as a coach to engender greater communication? But I mean, besides screaming at him, I mean, there's some things you probably do.
That's the most effective. I think that, you go through stretches of, being practice, or where I want to hear everyone saying what they see, saying what's coming next. And so that has to happen. Our communication was part of the reason why our defense was bad the other day, which is why you're asking that question. But I think that was an exception to how we've been as opposed to a rule to how we've been. And so, it has been addressed. It will be addressed, and hopefully it's out of our system.
So is that what that means when you do that on the sidelines?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
How do you impress upon this
Running.
group? This group.
Whatever you running.
But
I'm sorry.
for a group that is still youth, leans on the inexperienced side, leans on the younger side, the next level of precision that's needed now against teams that know what you guys are doing.
I think they just have to understand, and we've talked about that, and we've shown it on film, that, I think knowing what we're doing and stopping us from doing it are two totally different things. For years, I don't want to start rattling off names, but, UConn, they do what they do. We're not going to be surprised by anything tomorrow. They're running the same plays that they ran when Kimber was there, when Josh Boone was there, and you can keep going back. So knowing what someone is doing doesn't necessarily negate that person from having success. With us, it's knowing, okay, in certain games, this look may be there, in other games, that look may be there. And so I think it's not going in with a preconceived notion of we're gonna do this, and they're gonna play it like that, so we're gonna get that. It's just what we always do, reading what's going on, knowing what our strengths are, knowing where we think we have a mismatch or a disadvantage, and trying to take care of that.
Biggest thing tomorrow, you get size in the middle, we dealt with that over the weekend too, but at the same time, that presents an issue obviously for the way they like to play.
Ask that again, please.
I should say, tomorrow against them, they got size in the middle, you dealt with that before, I mean, how do you attack tomorrow?
Yeah, I think they're balanced though. I mean, they have size in the middle, but then they also have scoring on the perimeter and scoring on the wings, and so they are a very balanced team. Where I don't necessarily think you can put all of your efforts into thinking about, you know, either Napier and Lamb, or all your efforts into their front court. They're a balanced team. So we have to be solid at all points, all facets of defense tomorrow. Some teams you can go in and say, hey, take away their perimeter guys, we should be okay. Hey, take away the post, but this is a team that's balanced, as are most of the teams in our league.
Are they more balanced than they were last year when they relied so heavily on Kemba and pick and roll?
No, man, I think that obviously Kemba is terrific, but where I thought his strength was he knew when to attack, yet he still got all of them. They were balanced last year. Like he was the focal point, no doubt. He's averaged however many points, I don't remember right now what Kemba averaged, but at the same time, I thought one of the things that made them win last year was his understanding, okay, now let me get these other guys involved and get them confidence. And so, you know, do they have that one person that's consistently night in, night out doing what he did? No. But they do have several people that can.
Drummond is obviously somebody who's getting a lot of attention at the next level. What is it about his skill set that's so impressive this year?
Dre's big, and he's physical, and he's skilled. You know, he's someone that you know, you're not going to play against too many people literally that are as big as he is. And he has good hands, he has good feet, he's fast. He has very good basketball instincts. And so, you know, as you look at the package of a big guy, it's not much. I don't know if there's anything he can't do.
Going back and looking at the past 6 games, you guys have been down at the second TV timeout in 4 of those games. Is there an energy problem early on? Would you like to see the guys that we talked about coming out a little sharper, a little better?
We want better starts, better middles, and better finishes.
Fair enough. At 6-3 in this conference, right now, you always talk about, you know, how it's a game at a time thing. It's the next game most important. I know that's what it is again tomorrow, but at the same time, do you look at that and say, okay, 6-3, we are in fairly decent shape. Let's turn this thing up a notch and get to where we want to be?
No. Well, 2 parts to that question. Do we sit here right now and look at the overall picture? No. You know, do we, and you've covered me enough to know that are we focused on what's in front of us? Absolutely. You know, I can't think of the exact quote. It was about Bill Cosby. It was like, everything in the past is a memory, everything in the future is history. Let's live in the now. I'm messing that up, but it's something like that. And that's where we are. I don't think it's healthy to in the middle of the season to sit back and say, let's look at where the overall big picture, you know. But now the second part is, we do still have room to amp it up. We do still have room to improve. We do still have room to get better. We do still have room to play at a high level for more extended periods of time, which goes to your question about the starts. And so those things we've talked about, we want to continue to get better as opposed to leaving our play, our performance, our execution, our offense, our defense at the status quo.
How do you get Nate back to the level he was against Cincinnati? He had that great game, 8 points, 8 rebounds, was involved both ends of the floor, and then he's kind of had another drop off. How do you approach a player like that?
You asked me that question then, and I think the answer is the same. And it's very similar to the answer, the Hollis question. Just play hard. Just bring effort, bring energy. You know, let's not get cerebral. We'll start to think about, what am I doing? How am I doing? Just give the effort, and everything will hopefully fall in place.
The freshmen have been playing seemingly more and more in the closing minutes of games. Mentioning how Hollis had Greg and Jabril out there a lot of. Does that say more about kind of your confidence in them, or sort of along the line of what you was asking about Hollis and Nate, sort of their struggles and just looking for different alternatives?
No, I don't, I think it's, you've heard me say this before, it's going game by game, situation by situation, who I feel the best group on the floor is. And so, you know, we have a lot of good players in that gym that are gonna have bad days, may even have a series of bad days. You hope it doesn't keep stringing along, and so who's in at the end of the games is just who I feel in that particular game that I think is the unit that's working the best.
Second half, was that Starks' best defensive effort of the last couple of games?
Yes,
Second half.
it was. I think his focus, when we came out on the short end, you know, but going from down 17 to fighting back, and, you know, I think we got it to 6 or 8 a couple times, and then 5 next to saying, you know, and then he definitely did a good job at that, at getting us going. You know, Markel, as you guys know, is emotional. Markel, probably in these settings, is a talker, you know, as well as out on the court. And a lot of his zest, a lot of his energy, a lot of his is contagious, you know, much like, you know, I think we have a group that feeds off of each other in many different ways. Jabril gets in there, and his energy is contagious. And so, you know, not only was Markel doing a good job, but everyone else got fed off of that. And so, like I said, it didn't, you know, we didn't come out on the winning end of it, but I think the start of the second half, he definitely, just with his energy.
Any update on Kyler?